You're stuck in traffic. Engines humming, signals blinking, nothing moving. You glance to your right, and there's someone in the next car. Just a stranger, tapping their fingers on the steering wheel, lost in their own little world. And then, something shifts. For a split second, it hits you. That person isn't just someone. They've lived an entire life, a childhood you'll never hear about, memories you'll never see, arguments still echoing in their mind, a favorite song playing somewhere in their head, people they love, people they've lost. A whole story just as deep and complicated as yours. And in a few seconds, the light will turn green, and you'll disappear from each other forever. That feeling has a name, Sonder. The realization that every single person around you is living a life as vivid and real as your own. It sounds simple, but when you actually feel it, it's overwhelming. Your mind tries to process it, every face, every life, every story, and then it just gives up because it's too big. You already know what nostalgia feels like, that soft pull toward the past. But sometimes it goes deeper than that. It's not just a time you miss, it's a feeling, a place, a version of your life that doesn't exist anymore. You can go back, but it won't be the same, because what you're really missing is gone. There's a word for that too, hiraeth. A longing for a home you can't return to, or maybe one that never truly existed the way you remember it. Then there's that strange phase, when you meet someone new, you've barely talked, but somehow they're everywhere, in your thoughts, in your daydreams, in the way you check your phone more often than you'd like to admit. And when they text, that tiny rush hits you like it means more than it should. This isn't just a crush. Psychologist Dorothy Tenoff gave it a name, Limerence. It's not something you choose. Your brain just loops, again and again, because what it's really chasing is one thing. Do they feel it too? And the moment you get that answer, yes or no, the feeling fades, which tells you everything about what it really was. Ever walked into a place that feels wrong? A school during summer break, an office late on a Sunday, a stadium after everyone's gone home, chairs still lined up, lights still on, everything exactly as it should be, except for the people. That uneasy feeling? Kenopsia. Not just emptiness, but the absence of what should be there. You can almost feel the ghosts of noise, of movement, of life. Now, imagine this instead. Heavy rain outside, the kind that makes going out impossible, and you're inside, warm, still, safe. The world feels paused. For once, there's nowhere you need to be, nothing chasing you, just quiet. That feeling is called chrysalis, like being inside a cocoon, protected, suspended between what was and what comes next. Or maybe this, you walk into a second-hand bookstore, dusty shelves, faded covers, a forgotten receipt tucked between pages. Every book has lived a life before you touched it. Someone bought it, held it, maybe loved it, and then let it go. That soft, quiet sadness, velour, a reminder that everything passes, even the things that once meant everything. Sometimes you're surrounded by people, talking, laughing, connecting, and you're right there with them, smiling, nodding, responding, but deep down, something feels off, like you don't quite belong in the moment you're standing in. That's Kenopsia, not loneliness, just misplacement, like you're tuned to a slightly different frequency. And somewhere out there, there's a room where everything would finally click. And then there are moments when someone reaches out to you, a message, a call, an invitation. They care. They want you there. But something in you just shuts the door. You say you're busy. You stay alone. And afterward, it doesn't feel right either. That contradiction has a name, Trauergeitnik, the quiet habit of building walls you didn't actually want to build. Ever felt nostalgic for a time you never lived in? Old videos, vintage photos, a world that looks slower, simpler, calmer. You know it wasn't perfect, but it feels like it was. That's anemoia.
Not missing the past, but missing the idea of it. And then, out of nowhere, your mind zooms out, way out. Billions of people, endless space, time stretching beyond comprehension. And suddenly, your worries feel small, almost meaningless. That strange mix of freedom and discomfort? A cataclysm. The awareness of how tiny your existence really is. And finally, there's this quiet realization. You only get one life, one timeline. Every choice you make closes the door on countless others. Every path you take erases 100 you didn't. There are lives you'll never live, places you'll never go, versions of yourself you'll never meet. That feeling is called onism. The awareness that no matter what you choose, you're always missing something. And maybe that's the point. Not to live every life, not to feel everything, but to recognize that this one, right here, is real.